Y'all know how it goes down, man. Crate Raiderz crew, and you're about to watch another episode of Crate Raiderz. But before you do, we decided to do something a little different with this episode. What we did was we talked to a Philadelphia music historian, and when you do that, you can't ask him about his top 3 records. What you do is you just start the camera, ask him a question, and let him talk. So with that being said, we're gonna let y'all into this world of the Philadelphia historian Mr.Webb and his record store. Now, when we visited the record store, it had just been bombed by some cats from London, so it's a little junky. You'll see. Crate Raiderz, man. We raid crates. Y'all know how it goes down, man. Crate Raiderz crew. You know what I mean? We all over the city, all over the world. We're not gonna tell y'all, well, you know what? Today we will tell y'all where we at. Got buses going by. It's loud. We in North. You know what I mean? My man Mr.Webb's music store. He been collecting for a minute. Mad wax. You know what I'm saying? My man DJ Kid Cut. Got my man Jags on the camera. You know what I mean? Crate Raiderz crew, cookers in the building, you know what I mean? We're about to raid Mr. Webb's crates and see what he got for us, you know what I mean? See what's up in there, man. One of the historians right here. There you go. You know what I mean? It's no telling what's behind these doors. So, let's go raid his vault, man. Let's go up in, see what it's hitting for. This is probably one of the only times that you will know where we at. 22nd and Red. Yo, Mr. Webb.
How you doing?
Mr. Webb.
Good seeing you.
How you doing, sir?
Right. How you
What's
doing?
going on, Mr. Webb? Do this interview, man, so you can tell us what's
Well,
going down, man. We're here to raid the crates.
Right now. So talk to me right now.
All right, well, I figured you want to sit down or something. You know what I mean?
You got customers. You can't sit down. You got to show them that these are records here, LPs here. It's kind of junky.
Ooh, 45.
45.
Ooh. So wow. How long you been
I've been on this side of the street since 1974.
74?
I was across the street in 1963.
Wow.
I was on the corner.
Yeah.
I couldn't buy the building, or they wanted too much money for the building, so I moved over here. Moved over here.
To 74.
Vinyl is endless in here.
Okay.
It's endless. It takes an average guy at least 2 days to dig up vinyl through here.
I'm looking.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
And that's what I love.
Right.
So
what got you into vinyl?
That's all we had.
Oh, okay.
So, like when I bought a 45, they had jazz on 45.
Right.
They had everything on 45. That's all it was.
Right.
And as they started replacing them going to LP and 8-track tape and cassette, there was some I just wanted that 45 was my first one.
Right.
Like the first rock and roll R&B record I bought was Lordy Lordy Was Claudy by Lloyd Price.
Wow.
But I mainly listened to jazz and Latin music.
Okay.
And so I collected it. I kept it.
Right.
Because that was my first 45 R&B that I bought.
Well, now, Lordy, 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 Miss Claudy, girl, you sure look good to me. Please don't excite me, baby. No, it can't be me. Because I gave you all of my money, girl, but you just won't treat me right.
Everything was 45 and 10 inches in those days.
Okay.
A 10-inch record is like
is that like the 78s, or that's a little thicker, right?
Yeah, it's a 10-inch record. I got one right here. This is the size of a 10-inch. This is the cover. This is the size of a 10-inch record.
Okay. Let's see what.
No, that's just something to my left here for me to look at.
Wow.
But that's a 10-inch record.
Okay.
That's all we had at that time. Was 45 to 10-inch records. Then the cassette came, and then the 8 tracks came.
Right.
I mean 8 tracks, then cassettes.
But what made you keep them after all the technology started coming out, like 8 tracks, and what made you keep the vinyl?
Because I like the sound.
Yeah.
And it's something in the original sound, not only the sound itself, but the events that happened in the world or the relationships you had with people. And you say, oh man, I remember when I bought that record, or I seen so and so, or we went to this meeting, see somebody. I'll go home and I'm going to listen to so and so. This for memories of flashback.
Yeah.
The association with music and people and the society itself. So you just
It's a life story.
You just keep collecting, and you put one on the side. You find another one.
So if I asked you about your first girlfriend, right? What record comes to mind?
Too many of them. Too many of them on the real tip.
Yeah.
Too many of them. This section here is all Philly stuff here. I don't sell none of that.
Okay. Can we look through it?
No, I would not.
Come on, man.
Because when people look through it, oh wow, look, I give you $50 for this here. I give you $100 for that. No.
All right. Well, we're gonna look.
I don't want.
All right. We look through it. We promise not to offer you any money for it. We promise to. We just want to talk about it.
Here's one. It's hard to find.
Wow. Oh, Brenda and the tabulations.
Black just played one of these.
Wow. So tell us about this group right here.
Brenda was great. I mean, she was a nice. She was a very calm person. Very. She had common sense, and she was very, very courteous.
It was right on the tip of my tongue, and I forgot to say I love you. It was right on the tip of my tongue, and I forgot to say I love you. I played the game of love and law.
Now this is hard to find.
Steady V.
Wow.
Bogart.
Wow. For the tons of these.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, you pulling out some classics.
Wow.
Oh,
Lyrical Underworld.
Wow.
That's crazy up there. Hold on. That's pop art. That look like pop art. Oh, Major Harris.
I knew he was on pop art.
Yeah. Brandy Wells.
She used to be with.
Wow, Brandy Wells.
She was Slick. She was in a group called Slick.
Wow.
Here's a group she was with.
Sunrise.
Slick.
That's my
She was
song
here
right
with
there.
that group there.
Wow. This song right here?
Yeah, Sunrise.
Thank you
Sunrise.
for
That was her. His brother.
Wow.
Ebo, Kenny still spins, Kenny Ebo?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's his brother.
Ebo.
Right to do. I'd rather be by myself.
Right. But his brother is Kenny Ebo. He still spins.
Wow.
Back in the old days, Kenny was with Captain Boogie and
Yeah, he say
Captain Boogie and Lawrence Levon.
Lala.
You know what I'm saying? All them guys was Ishii Rock, Bruiser.
Right.
They all was like I said, I still carry serial needles. But record-wise, vinyl-wise, that's why I carry needles, first of all.
Yeah.
And vinyl-wise, when you get to the R&B and the jazz, there's such a difference between that and CD. It's a difference when you can go home and put an LP on, or even 45 or 12-inch record, and hear everything that was meant to be heard on that, coming off that record.
Yeah.
With an MP3, you won't get all that, and with a CD, you don't get all that.
Right.
And especially when it comes to jazz,
Right.
and some gospel, you cannot hear everything on a CD as you do on a record.
Yeah.
And it's a big difference when you got to hear some of Monk's stuff and Coltrane and even
Especially
people like Louis Jordan and them. You don't hear all of the sound that you heard on the record. It don't sound the same. It's,
Yeah.
You hear a thump, a slap,
Yeah.
And you ever notice the drummers don't hum no more? You know, years ago when you heard a drummer, it was like a hummer come off of it. You could hear it.
Well, you got the Philly section over here, and I was trying to ask you about the Philly section. Like, what made you keep all of these? Like, because I know, you know, with some of them, I know you probably just have it because, you know, they brought it to you to sell, But what made you keep the Philly section?
Well, I have been planning to do an exhibit on every artist in Philadelphia for about 13 years now. I've been collecting 78s, 12 inches, cassette tapes, whatever was recorded in Philadelphia. I've been collecting them for like 12 or 13 years now.
Okay.
Yeah, I planned to do an exhibit. I had approached a couple of the African American museum, but they don't have enough space.
Okay.
Because when you take every 45, every 78 in Philadelphia, and then a couple people told me I could do it, but it would only be there for like 30 or 40 days. You cannot do that
in 30, 40 days. No.
At an exhibit. It's going to
take about that to go through what's in here.
It's going to take at least a 2 or 3 year exhibit because I'm still getting stuff and I'm still finding stuff.
Right.
So, and then I got people who are going to donate Philly stuff to me.
Right.
One reason is that a lot of people have come to me, and I read in books and papers and interviews about Philly artists. And I said, well, I knew them.
Wow.
I knew half the groups in Philadelphia.
Okay.
Half the jazz people, half the doo-wop groups in Philadelphia or R&B groups in Philadelphia came to my store either across the street or over here. And they're going to tell me about events. I said, I was there. We had the best, not knocking other states and cities, but the Philly...
we got the best soul.
Philly music is more expensive than any other music in the country. More people come to America to buy the Philly R&B and hip-hop out of this world. They'd rather buy Philly hip-hop than... Philly, Baltimore, Washington has the most expensive hip-hop and rap than anywhere in the country.
Did you know the Heath brothers?
I knew them. Yeah, everybody knew them.
Yeah.
But I knew Jimmy because I would see him at the clubs.
Okay.
But the young ones I didn't know.
Okay.
I met them twice. More than that. And in Philly, I met them twice.
Okay.
I met them mainly in New York, you know, playing with Miles.
Okay.
And Coltrane, and I met him with I met him with Milt Jackson. Once. He didn't have to show off.
Right.
His thing was, I'm playing drums and so and so. This is a song I'm playing, and he didn't have to. When he got through playing, he wasn't like, "Did you like my solo?"
Right.
He just go ahead and
Keep
let you
moving.
respond to it.
Right.
And it was regular. It wasn't like. Now Miles was a little different.
Okay.
But over than that, a lot of time Miles was cool. But he just had his times where he would know me and sometimes he wouldn't know me.
I got you. I know a lot of people like that. All the years that you've been collecting and selling, what's what would you say is the piece of wax that you have sold for the most amount of money?
I can't remember now the name of it, but I sold a 45 in Europe.
Okay.
For $305 a few years ago.
Okay.
But I had 3 pieces. But only one person wanted that record, that 45. And a guy in Europe, I think it was a guy, I don't know because it was done through the internet.
Oh, okay. And
I can't remember now, but he paid $305 for it.
Wow.
But nobody else never bought it. Wow. Nobody has never bought it.
So have you is it to a point that where though music is so personal to us? Is it that each piece of vinyl has a different amount for everybody?
Yes. Everybody's willing to pay what they want.
Right. Especially for a piece that they want. They might recognize it as something that you don't.
That they have a collection and they want to finish their collection, or most collectors
try to get
2.
All right.
Most colleges get 2.
Okay.
So, but a lot of people just want that one because they got married on it. They knew went to school with them. They was in the group.
Right.
Or they did their funeral or their anniversary.
Right.
Or they did the reception. So a lot of that makes people buy records.
Put a different sentimental value on that record.
Right.
So
And
that's
it's
why
a
value is always different on the record.
Right. But overall, R&B music will consistently sell for the next 2,000 to 3,000 years.
Is there any piece of wax that you sold that you were surprised at the amount of money you got besides that one?
No, that was a shocker.
Yeah, that was it.
But I got some 12 inches in here from Philly that's worth $200 or $300. And I can be broke, but I won't sell them.
Yeah.
Because I won't be able to never replace them.
Right.
Unless like you might have one, or I might find it. Like I found a Carl Holmes and the Commander's 45. First time in 15 years, I found one of his 45s.
Wow.
And King James to play for him. A lot of the local guys. He was like the James Brown and Phil Uffy back in the day.
Okay.
Unchain my heart. Oh, baby, set me free now. Unchain my heart. You don't care about me. Whoa, yeah. Every time you call me on the phone now, baby, tell me that you're all alone. So unchain my heart, baby, set me free. Unchain my heart.
So, all right, what's in that section all the way at the end?
That's everybody.
That's everything?
That's everything in the world.
Okay.
It's like most of that's like everything in the world.
Okay.
The only thing I don't have a lot of is pure African music.
Okay.
I got all the Tunji and stuff like that, but not
A lot of the character.
I don't know them.
All right.
So it's hard for me to buy stuff that I don't know and I can't feel. I do buy stuff because it's popular.
All right.
And people ask for it. But me personally, I like stuff. I'm colored. I'm Negro. Way before I became militant and black,
All right.
I was colored and Negro.
All right.
And now people look down upon that, but all our colleges and businesses we owned back in those days. And I believe in rhythm. I like to pat my feet and nod my head and pop my finger. If I can't do that,
That ain't good.
it ain't good. I like rhythm. That's us. Rhythm is us.
Yeah.
Way before scripture, we walk with rhythm. And this is before the drum even.
Wow.
We had the sticks, we had the bones, but rhythm is what we had. And that's way before. And I read books. Black music started with the gospel. We didn't know scripture. How can start with scripture? We didn't know scripture. We didn't know scripture. I tell you, we didn't start gospel. Not knocking gospel. I love gospel.
It didn't start.
But they say that's misleading.
Right.
That's only part of our history. But our history is rhythm. I was trying to find some more Philly stuff.
Yeah. So that's the Philly section in general. So it's gospel, hip hop, jazz, everything.
That's a local one right there.
Jazzy Jeff and Word Records.
Right. That's Georgia Woods' record right there.
Wow.
Look at that. There you go. Remember the Brutus? They were big. They were back with they were before Brainstorm and all of them. They were before Brainstorm. Brutus was back with Green. Breakwater.
Oh, okay.
They was back in Breakwater's days.
Wow.
They were back in, no, they were battling it out. They used to battle. That's Philly.
I was jamming on the dance floor. I met a super chick named Eleanor. She said, "Hey, Jet, you ain't hip yet. Laying back is your best bet. Nor the gigolo or the freak out. I tell you, Jet, that's not what I'm about. So hold up, let me show you how to. Laying back is what you do. Lay back, and that's a fact. Everybody's doing it 'cause they like it like that. Lay back, it's the dance that puts you in the groove. Lay back, it's the dance that make you super cool. I like it like that.
That's Philly.
Divine Beans.
I don't know what happened to them. They had a little run there.
Divine Beans, they had a quick run.
I used to work for Enjoy Records. I did the promotion, Grandmaster Flash, Funk Box, Master Documentary Funk Box Party. I did that to all the record pools. I worked all that for them.
Okay.
Spoonie G and all of them. Dougie Fresh. I remember I had Dougie Fresh for his 45 and 12 inch out of Enjoy Records.
Wow.
Enjoy Records was the first rap label. Not Sylvia, not Sylvia Wrong, not Sylvia.
Sylvia Johnson.
Right.
Yeah, she did.
And Bobby Robertson was actually the first Motown.
Wow.
He didn't have no publicity though, because he had every major black artist in the country was on Fire Records.
On Fire?
No, it was a record label he had called Fire.
Okay.
He had several record labels, and he had all the major artists. Every artist that came up in the 60s, in the 70s, 80s is big. He had all. Bobby Robinson had them all.
Wow. Fire Records.
Right, Fire Records. He had Fire and Fury. He had Fire and Fury Records, and he had the Enjoy Records. He had several record labels, but he didn't have the market and the publicity that Motown had. But he had all of them.
Okay. So, is everything up here, or do you have a book with everything?
I got plenty of catalogs, but everything's up here.
Okay. Yeah.
Everything's up here. My computer only has my pictures on that I take from everybody over the last I don't know how many years. But everything's up here. I got to start getting it down. I got them in catalog. I got them written down.
Okay.
We had so much music to be appreciated in Philadelphia. Vinyl. It's unbelievable that, like I tell people, Philly music, Philly hip hop and rap is more expensive than any other city in the world.
Wow.
The only one can get close to us is the Go-Go.
Right.
But everything else, we dominate the music industry. We're on a low right now.
Now a question for you. Someone calls up and they want to know if you have their old wax. Do you instantly know whether you got it or not, or do you?
Oh yeah, if it's Philly, I know I got it. Well, if it's nationally, I know I got it.
Right. So you know you have it. Do you know where it is, or do you gotta look for it?
Oh, I gotta look for it sometime.
Do you have an idea?
Oh yeah, I got an idea with all these things right here. I got an idea what's underneath all that pile.
Okay.
It was messed up now because I had a couple guys in it this week.
Okay.
Well, next week that'll be level and all the boxes will be down. 45s will be all in this section. This is all 45s here.
Okay.
That'll all be there. But don't care who it is, if they call me up tomorrow, next year, or 3 months from now, I got your cassette in a box right underneath here. I know that.
Right.
Now what box is in, I don't know, but it's in there. I got all the Philly cassettes down here and 45s underneath here.
Wow.
So I would know. It might take me a couple hours to find it, but I know. And in fact, I'm gonna find it for you.
Oh, we're gonna come back like in a couple weeks when everything's straight.
No, I'm gonna find it before then because it's on my mind. I'm gonna find it before then.
Mr. Webb, appreciate it. Thank you for having us, man.
But vinyl is for all the young people who can see this video. If you're going to invest in any kind of money, you need to look at vinyl.
And there you have it. You know what I mean? From one of the historians of Philly music and an awesome collector. You know what I mean? That's how we get down. Mr. Webb. We in North Philly. 22nd and 22nd and Ridge. Yeah, I mean, Crate Raiderz crew. Y'all know how we get down.